everyone, and welcome back. Today I wanted to get into a comparison video in regards to these two cuties right here. This is my Celine Micro and my Celine Nano, and I wanted to kind of share with you guys the different things that fit inside, a little bit of cons, some pros as well as showing you guys how it is that I tie the twillies around the handles. I get a ton of questions in regards to that, whether it's here or on my Instagram. So I wanted to dedicate also a little bit of time to share that as well. Now, if you do enjoy these types of handbag videos, handbag reviews, a little bit of fashion inspiration, and travel vlogs from time to time, then please consider subscribing down below. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Alright, so let's start off with my holy grail bag. Yes, the Celine Luggage Tote was my holy grail bag. I actually thought I would love it in the mini size, but when my husband surprised me for my 30th birthday to make a pit stop in Paris in order to purchase her in the Rue Montaigne boutique, I went ahead and tried on both the mini and the micro size, and to my surprise, I love the micro size. The mini is actually a pretty big size. If you know the luggage line, when it first was released, they even had a bigger size, which was the Phantom, and that to me is more or less like a luggage item, almost like literally to travel. So I thought the mini would be a better size. However, it really was a larger size than this one. And not only that, it being a full leather handbag, it also was a little bit heavy. So I opted for the micro. Back then, I was still going into an office, so I knew I wanted something a little bit large that I can take into the office and carry all my things. And this bag, you guys, carries so much. It fits so much inside, and even with all that and it being a full leather handbag, I feel like it's not as heavy as the mini would have been if I would have stuffed it to the brim at points. So I was so ecstatic when I added her into my collection. For me, it was a huge addition into my handbag collection, and she's never gonna leave my collection. However, as time went on and now I work from home, I don't go into an office setting as often. So I rarely gravitated to grabbing her. I would say probably within the last year and a half, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I love this silhouette of handbag. I love the robot face. I talk about it all the time whenever I'm talking about the Celine luggage line. And I was starting to look into the nano size since I did start gravitating into smaller bags. I knew I wanted to have the bag in my collection so that I can start using it again. And that is where I realized that I definitely wanted to add the nano into my collection. So here we have the nano size, which I recently added into my collection. I'll make sure to link those vlogs down below, but we were in Europe a couple of months ago and I was able to obtain her there. I gotta say, this is the cutest looking bag I think in my collection. Aside from the Polan number 9, that is a very unique bag in its own. But this one is a close runner-up. I just feel like the robot face is even more pronounced on the tiny size. And to be honest with you, I was just so happy that I was able to get it in a size that I can incorporate easier into my everyday whenever I want to grab a handbag. This one right here is a good option for me to grab since I don't have to carry as many things, as well as it does have a crossbody strap, which I'm going to get into. So just wanted to take a quick minute to introduce the nano size to you guys, and then I'm going to jump into some pros and cons. But make sure you stay to the end because I'm going to let you know which out of the two is my ultimate favorite. So let's go ahead and start off with the nano. Now, I won't dive too deep into it. I did do a first impressions and kind of like what fits in my bag on this bag, so I'll make sure to link that down below if you want a little bit more detail. I'm just gonna go over the things that I have noticed that I enjoy and that I don't like too much about the handbags at the moment. So pros, as I said, she is the cutest little bag. Like, it is a joy in my heart every time I grab her and I'm gonna use her. Cons, however, there are a few that I've noticed. To start off, the strap is non-adjustable. I went ahead and tied a knot on it just so that I can use it. Meanwhile, I'm still going back and forth on whether or not I want to cut it. Even though I gotta tell you, I've kind of been using it with the knot and it doesn't bother me. I just put it to the back side and I even forget that it's there. Another quick con, and I was prepared for this one because as I said, I did do my research before, and that's in particular why I love doing these videos for you guys, because I don't know about you, but whenever I'm gonna invest in a handbag, I just don't go into the boutique and say, yes, that's the one I want, let me take it and go. I kind of really take my time in doing research for the bag, making sure that it's gonna suit my lifestyle. There might be one that I add that unfortunately is not as practical as I originally thought, and that can totally happen. But for the most part, whenever I decide I wanna add a handbag into my collection, I've done a ton of research behind it. So this is something that I wanted to find out about, and a lot of videos didn't actually mention it, and that is the depth between the handles and then the top part of the bag. I wanted to see if I could put it in the crook of my arm, since I do love a good top handle bag for that reason. If I'm running out of the car or anything like that, for me it's just so much easier to grab a top handle and then put it in the crook of my arm once I'm where I need to be. However, for this one in particular, it is a little bit uncomfortable to put it in the crook of your arm. It fits more at the middle of my forearm, which is still decent, but I wish it would have actually had a little bit more room to slide more back. That is my only real complaint about the handle options. Now, adding something really quick in regards to the crossbody strap, I also realized one of these days when I was carrying her that if I do put in a lot of things to the bag, what will happen is that the strap will actually pull on the tabs and make the bag look a little bit more squared, so it won't pull out the sides. And then I think that over time, if you do carry the bag with a lot of things and make the strap actually pull on these tabs constantly, it will cause some sort of misshape of the bag. So just wanted to point that out. And now really quick, let's go over some pros and cons for the micro. And as I do for the nano, there is a fully dedicated video for the micro size, so I'll make sure to have that link down below for you guys. But this bag is so comfortable. I really recommend this bag if you are considering any Celine luggage tote. In my opinion, I think that this is great whether you want to incorporate it for your everyday, whether you want to take it into the office. It does fit a laptop the vertical way. I'll make sure to insert a clip for you guys. However, you do take a little bit of space from the top handle, as the laptop will actually come out a bit, so just keep that in mind. But as I previously said, I did use her a ton for the office, and I will stuff her to the brim. I would put in water bottles, I would put in notebooks, I would sometimes even put my lunch. I know, don't come for me, but at the moment I was just rushing out the door and grabbed everything and just really threw it inside. And for that, I love this bag. It was just so practical. I do have to say that the top handle of this one is a lot more comfortable to use than the nano, just because you can definitely fit it in the crook of your arm without any problem. And to be quite honest with you, I don't have any cons. I know that I don't grab her as much as I used to, but it's only a size thing for my lifestyle at the moment. I have to point out that I feel like we definitely need a baby between the micro and the nano. I feel like the in-between size of these two would be a perfection. Let me know down below what you think. Do you think we need a baby in between these, or do you prefer the micro over the nano? Or are you a gal that goes for the mini and even had the phantom at one point? Okay, and now last but not least, I wanted to share with you guys really quick how it is that I tie these twillies. I did do a really quick short in regards to that, so if I can link that down below, I will. If not, it's probably as part of a reels on my Instagram as well, so you can go ahead and check it out over there. But just wanted to give you a quick rundown here, since we're already talking about the Celine luggage line. As you can see here, I did tie one on this side. And in the unboxing video, I shared with you guys that I did add these twillies from Silk Philosophy. It's an Instagram page that I found and I love. I personally feel like her silk bracelets, as she likes to call them, is the perfect size for the nano size. For the micro, I do feel like a bandeau from maybe Fendi, Louis, you know, all those other fashion houses are a little bit longer, so you do have a little bit more give in order to accommodate it. But for the nano in particular, I feel like this size is absolute perfection. So I'm gonna stop rambling and get right to it. My tip is to make sure you fold the bandeau first, or the silk bracelet or the scarf, whatever it is you wanna call these things. So you wanna go ahead and fold it in half, and then you wanna make sure that you start at the tip of the handle. So what I'll do is that I'll open that half and place it right at the center of the handle. As you can see, it still measures the same on both sides, and this is gonna be a lot easier once I start covering the handle, because it'll more or less guarantee that both sides end up being the same. I did realize before, when I used to start at one end and then work my way around, that I could never really tell where it is that I needed to stop in order for the endings to look exactly the same. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is get one side and start wrapping it around the handle. And I usually do this with the bag facing me, so I'm hoping that this is coming out all right, but you guys get the point. And then once I've reached the end and I know that I want to go ahead and finish here, what I do is that I open up that last fold that I did a little bit and stick the end of the bandeau or the twilly right through there. I grab it in the bottom and then I pull so that it could come out, and I go ahead and accommodate it to my liking. And don't be afraid of pulling a little bit. I like to just to make sure that this knot is very secure, because if it's loose, then what will happen is that the twilly will just start like dismantling itself. So just go ahead and pull to your liking. Make sure you decorate the piece as you wish, and then we're done with that side. So we're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. Another tip that you can do is, as you are wrapping the twilly around the handle, you could actually count how many times you wrap around, so that can give you that sort of guarantee that you have the same on one side and the other. I didn't do that, but as I was wrapping, I totally thought about it, so I thought I would share. Perfect. This one has a little bit more movement than the other, but you guys get the point. It looks pretty symmetrical in my opinion and pretty similar. So that is my quick little tip on how to go about wrapping your handles with twillies. I personally love doing that, especially for very simple bags. This black bag, I just knew was missing something. I'm not a huge black bag collector, but I knew that I wanted to add a different color. I didn't want to go for the same color as my micro. However, as soon as I got home, I reached out to Silk Philosophy and I was like, I need you to help me pick 2 different bandeaus within kind of the same color palette, but I want to make sure that it pops on the bag. And she recommended these 2 and they are absolutely stunning. I love the pop of green, especially now for the holiday seasons or just year round really. So once again, I hope that little trick helped you guys. If you have a specific way that you tie your twillies on your handbags, let me know down below in the comment section. I'm always open to learning easier ways in order to do this. But to be quite honest, from all the time that I've been tying twillies around my handbags, I do feel like doing the center step really has helped me out in making sure that they both look pretty similar, if not identical at the end. And now to the million-dollar question, and that is, which of the 2 would I pick all over again if I had to? And I would definitely choose my micro. And you guys, it's just because I feel like this bag is a little bit more versatile than the Nano. I know the Nano has the option of the crossbody strap, but I particularly feel like the Nano is a very casual bag, and in order to wear it a little bit dressier, I don't really see it happening. Even if I were to carry a top handle, I still feel like it's a little bit more of a casual bag. Whereas the micro, I feel like it's so easy to incorporate from day to night. We actually had Thanksgiving at my parents' house the other day, and I was wearing a whole like black look, and I just wanted a pop of color. This is my pop of color in handbags. So I opted for this one. I definitely felt like this bag added what was missing to that outfit, and this color in particular is just so stunning. And then obviously this can be toned down so fast and so easily as well. I mean, as you can see, I'm wearing jeans and just a plain black tee today, and look how great this bag looks with this outfit. I'm not saying this one doesn't look well also, it definitely does, but to me this bag is just so easy to incorporate both casually and dressier. Maybe it's just that I'm biased and I was able to obtain this bag at such a magical moment. My husband made sure to make that 30th birthday gift so special. So maybe that is the reason why I lean to this one after all. But regardless of the fact, I just feel like you will get a lot more use from this particular bag than you would from the Nano. The Nano is nice to have as an addition. That is why I wanted to add it, because I enjoyed using this one so much. But if I could only pick one and keep one for the rest of my life, I would definitely go for the Micro. Now, you know I want to hear your thoughts. I always want to hear your thoughts. I want to get into a conversation down below with you guys. Let me know if you've had any of the Celine luggage tote lines, whether it's the Phantom, the Micro, the Mini, or the Nano. I want to hear what you thought about the bag. If you still have it, I have seen some in the pre-loved market that would definitely need to be put to rest. But then again, that just shows that they have definitely been extra loved. I'm pleasantly surprised at how well mine has held up, to be honest with you. And I don't know if that has to do with the pebbled leather or if it's just because I have taken care of the bag. I make sure that I stuff it when I put it away, but I love my Celine luggage totes, both of them. Let me know down below if I surprised you with my choice as the ultimate one that I would keep in my collection. If you are new around here, my name is May, and I would love for you to stick around some more, so please do consider subscribing. And if you did enjoy the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. As always, thank you guys so much for taking some time out of your day to watch today, and I hope to catch you all in my next one. Bye everyone.